Authorities in Quebec continue to work this morning to help reintegrate the 1,500 people who will remain out of their homes in Lac Mégantic. With the latest, here's CTV's Geneviève Beauchemin.
Now, authorities are working to get the people of Lac Mégantic back to their homes as quickly as possible. There are still 1,500 people who are out of their homes. They have been staying with relatives, staying at the emergency shelter. And so now today there's a reintegration plan that will be announced, just exactly how they will get back to their homes. Of course, those closest to what police have been calling the red zone, the immediate area near the crash, will not get to go home. Some of them don't have homes to go back to. Now, those people will be out of their homes for several days, several weeks. The investigation on the ground is ongoing. There are still investigators who have been searching throughout the night, throughout the day. We'll get an update a little bit later on in the day to update us to what they found, what they've been able to uncover overnight. But they still have a lot of work to do on the ground there. They're also working with the Transportation Safety Board investigators. They have 9 investigators who have been here working the scene, talking to witnesses, talking to different people involved in this to try to determine exactly what went wrong. And they also will give us an update later in the day to see just how that situation has progressed. There has been a lot of discussion about just who is responsible. The company itself, MMA, has been saying there was a fire earlier on, and that led to shutting down of the locomotive, and that happened. And then the firefighters are saying they followed exact procedures. Geneviève Beauchemin, CTV News, Lac Mégantic, Quebec.
Meanwhile, Toronto is recovering this morning from an unprecedented rainstorm that paralyzed Canada's largest city. Toronto received 126 millimeters of rain late yesterday afternoon. It left several roads and underpasses flooded, forced officials to shut down GO train and subway service. This morning, a section of the Toronto subway line in western Toronto remains closed, and GO train is reporting service has been impacted because of flooded tracks. Investigators are piecing together the events that led to an Asiana Airlines flight crashing at San Francisco Airport. They say the plane was flying significantly below its target speed during the approach, and the crew tried to abort the landing at the last second. The pilot in control of the aircraft was experienced, but had never landed a Boeing 777 at San Francisco. 2 Chinese nationals were killed in the crash. The BC couple accused of plotting a Canada Day bombing at the provincial legislature is expected in court today. RCMP alleged John Nuttall and Amanda Carodi planned to detonate pressure cooker bombs during Canada Day festivities in Victoria. The charges including knowingly facilitating a terrorist activity and making or possessing an explosive device. Public Safety Minister Vic Taves is now a private citizen after stepping down as an MP and cabinet minister. The Conservative MP announced yesterday he is resigning his seat effective today to pursue opportunities in the private sector. His resignation comes on the eve of an expected cabinet shuffle by Prime Minister Stephen Harper. 4 other cabinet ministers have announced plans to step down, including Senator Marjorie Le Breton and Diana Oblonsky.